What's up, Noles fans? I'm Jessica Pastor here to bring you the latest news in Florida State athletics with this week's Seminole Update. I'm Jessica Pastor here with Vanessa Fuchs for Seminole Sports Magazine, celebrating 50 years of women athletics here at FSU. How are you doing today, Vanessa?
I'm great.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jessica Pastor. 2019 is right around the corner, and with a new year comes new entertainment. But let's take a look back at the most memorable moments that made 2018 the year of the T. Higgins' career soon took him to the NFL. But the young athlete wouldn't stay away for long. After 5 seasons, he returned to his alma mater, this time as a coach. Welcome back to Seminole Sports Magazine. Here's reporter Marianne Montague to catch you up on what's happening in Seminole athletics. So, have you seen any impacts that Title IX has had on women athletics here at FSU since your time being in that position?
So, credit Title IX for benefiting and creating more opportunities for both genders. Here at Florida State, I'm really proud.
As for all you Jonas Brothers fans, things burned up fast for Nick Jonas and wife Priyanka Chopra. The two tied the knot at the end of the year. Just another wedding invitation that must have gotten lost in the mail? I'm just hoping to find someone that texts me back by the year 3000. We can't wait to see what else is in store for Coach Martin's final season. Well, that wraps up another record-breaking week in Florida State athletics. I'm Jessica Pastor, and that was your Seminole Update. Krista Widiak recently sat down with Director of Student Athlete Development, Sarah Petronio, to discuss her role as a mentor and the many ways she helps student athletes here at Florida State. That about wraps up our year of the top stories in entertainment. I'm Jessica Pastor, and I'll see you next year. Well, that wraps up an undefeated week in Florida State athletics. I'm Jessica Pastor, and that was your Seminole Update. Hard work, perseverance, generosity. Defensive tackles coach Odell Higgins exhibits all of these qualities and more. Upholding the Garnet and Gold for over 32 years, Coach Higgins has served the university as more than just a coach. Getting his start on the field, Higgins joined the Seminole football team in the summer of 1986.
He had all the intangibles of being a football player at any level, especially at the level that we were recruiting him for.
Once on the roster, number 53 soon formed a special bond with his teammates and coaches.
He and I had nicknames for each other. You know, I got a bald spot on the back of my head, and he called me Sunspot. And Odell's got a big old head, so I call him Pumpkinhead.
I didn't know anything about him, and then a lady saw me talking with him, and she told me about his rap video. And that was it.
Hey QBs, watch out my friends, I'm Odell Higgins, I'm back again.
I was like, oh my gosh, and he never mentioned it.
Just want to kick back doing a Seminole rap.
That was a fun group, and he was part of that group that was always joking around and didn't take himself too seriously, but he took football and the team real serious.
I thank God, if it wasn't for my other teammates, I would have never been in it. It's like Eric Hayes, Deion Sanders, and guys like that, and I appreciate them. We're like family.
Higgins' career soon took him to the NFL, but the young athlete wouldn't stay away for long. After 5 seasons, he returned to his alma mater, this time as a coach.
He's a dedicated, tough coach, but the thing that sticks out more than anything, he's a player's coach.
One of the greatest things that I can do as a Florida State football coach, plant seeds in these kids' lives. So one day, they can go out and plant seeds in other kids' lives.
With the support of his family and strong morals instilled in him by his mother, Coach Higgins aspires to be the best coach he can be.
His mother was a single parent raising 4 sons, and she worked 3 jobs, and she raised her sons to be very independent.
Odell definitely helped me develop as a player as far as getting through things. When I first came here, I was still a good player, but when things got tough, Odell really instilled just pushing through it and straining.
Odell always put us in adverse situations, and he helped us deal with adversity. When I first stepped on campus, he always told me adversity is going to hit somewhere.
And as Coach Higgins wraps up his 25th year of coaching, he reflects on some of the best times he's had at FSU. What is one of your favorite memories being here?
I tell you what, back in 8-8 Fiesta Bowl.
And we started off with the Sunkist Fiesta Bowl.
We was playing Nebraska. Nebraska was up by 4 points. It was on our 2-yard line, 2nd and 2, and we got to stop them, bro, no matter what. I said, Eric, I'm gonna just take off and run through this center right here, making fumbles.
They mark at the 2-yard line where it's 2nd down and goal to go. Fumble. Knox fumbles the ball, and Florida State has it. Florida State 31, Nebraska 28.
The one thing that probably stands out more than anything was that he was so unselfish.
His thing has always been caring for others. Even when he didn't have as much, he was always looking at what someone else had less than what he had. He's probably has the most generous spirit I know.
I don't want to be known as a great coach, a great recruiter. I want to be known as a great person.
I'm Jessica Pastor for Seminole Sports Magazine. Former Vice President Joe Biden spent Tuesday afternoon in Tallahassee, displaying his support for Senator Bill Nelson. All eyes are on the highly contested Florida race for a U.S. Senate seat as tensions rise between candidates Senator Nelson and Governor Rick Scott. Biden's visit brought out those on both sides of the spectrum, supporters and opponents.
Throughout his time as governor, Rick Scott has definitely showed us what leadership is.
I would say, if anything, I'm just very anti-Rick Scott.
Criticizing Nelson's decision to campaign rather than to help those affected by Hurricane Michael, Evan Power, chair of the Leon County Republican Party, had this to say about the senator.
It's kind of sad that they had to bring Joe Biden in to pick up the popularity for Bill Nelson. He's so unpopular.
Crowds gathered outside the sweet shop on Jefferson Street as many rallied in excitement for Biden and Nelson, while others stood in protest. However, several were left hanging after a last-minute change in venue. Instead, Biden brewed up some handshakes and coffee at Red Eye Cafe in Midtown, served with a side of selfies and support for Nelson.
We're in the battle for the soul of America, and we really are. This is much bigger than any single issue. It's about decency, it's about respect, it's about giving hate no harbor.
The two men also took jabs at Nelson's opponent.
You just can't trust Rick Scott. He'll either change his position or something, or he goes completely against the public interest.
Biden stressed the importance of using your voice as he encouraged the younger generation to go out and vote.
If people between the ages of 18 and 25 last election voted at the same percentage as the rest of the population, there would have been 5.7 million more votes cast. You can own this election. Take it back.
Jessica Pastor, WCTV Eyewitness News, Tallahassee. Nothing says Florida State quite like sports. Consistently producing incredible student athletes, the women of Florida State basketball have been breaking records and creating legacies for years. History began the moment number 43 stepped onto the court back in 1981. FSU's first ever All-American, Sue Cantis, led the Seminoles to their very first NCAA tournament in 1983. The mark she set as Florida State's all-time leading scorer with 2,332 points has yet to be broken today. Flash forward 6 years, Florida State welcomed starter Tia Pascal in 1989, helping lead the Seminoles to 2 NCAA tournament appearances. After becoming a second-team All-American in 1993, Tia Pascal's career took her to the WNBA and overseas. FSU legend Brooke Wyckoff got her start as a Seminole in 1997. She helped lead the Noles to their first NCAA tournament appearance under Coach Sue in 2001. After a career in the WNBA, Wyckoff returned to her alma mater where she continues to make an impact as associate head coach. Number 33, Natasha Howard, was a trailblazer from the start. Playing for the Seminoles from 2010 to 2014, Natasha is FSU's all-time leader with 41 double-doubles and 1,047 rebounds. Natasha was picked 5th by the Indiana Fever in 2014. Howard soon went on to win 2 WNBA championship titles. FSU's most recent basketball legend is forward Shaquilla Thomas, a 3-time All-American. Shakayla became Florida State's first ever ACC Player of the Year in 2017. Thomas now plays professionally in Israel. With extraordinary Lady Knowles like these, FSU has helped foster greater acceptance for women in all sports. With many more female athletes to come, there will be more trails to blaze and more legacies to make. I'm Jessica Pastor for Seminole Sports Magazine.